Hey Tooth Fairy, welcome to today's episode where I am diving in to something I see all too often in hygienists who are, dare I say, all or nothing mentality a lot of times, or, you're constantly producing at work. So you're always kind of under the impression that like more is better, more is better. But like when it comes to working out, you are doing yourself a major disservice if you're A, working out too much, overtraining, and B, not having rest days. So today I'm going to be diving into the importance of rest days and why they are crucial when it comes to building muscle. So stay tuned and we're going to get right to it.
Hey there! Welcome to the Lift for Longevity podcast, where our goal is to build our strongest, healthiest body. We all deserve to feel our best, but since we only get one body, we have to make sure to protect it by moving safely and with purpose to prevent pain, injury, and surgery. I'm your host, Brianne Novice, and I'm a fit pro turned business owner and also a girl mom. I'm obsessed with educating and empowering dental pros on how to take care of their body by training efficiently and building the right muscles to prolong their career. I know you're tired of spending time working out but still dealing with annoying aches and pains, getting rid of your pain temporarily only to have it come right back just a few hours later, or feeling like you never have any energy. You wish there was a long-term solution to get rid of your pain for good. Well, I'm here to give you real-life, actionable steps that you can take today to get rid of your pain, say goodbye to quick fixes, and have energy to live a life that you love. So if you're ready to get stronger, enjoy your life outside the operatory, and have longevity in your career, grab yourself a high-protein snack and let's get to it.
Okay, so I don't think a week goes by where I hear from a hygienist that tells me they work out 5 to 6 days a week, which is a lot. It's too much, honestly. If you're looking to build muscle, it's way too much. And a perfect example of this is I talked to a girl the other day. She started working with me and she was like, yeah, I was working out 3 to 4 days regularly. And, January, a few months back, I started working out 5 to 6 days. And I'm like, well, why? Like, in hygiene, I get your producers, right? You are always trained like more is better, more is better, more is better. But that's not the case when it comes to strength training, not even a little bit. So, I have this crummy analogy for you, but like, what if I was like, oh, well, I eat 6 meals a day and I brush after every meal. I brush 6 times a day. Like, you'd be like, well, that's probably too much, right? And it's the same thing with working out. So when you're looking to build muscle, well, and I'll use myself as an example, right? Back in the day, I was obsessed. I was working out 7 days a week, hands down. Like I would work out on Christmas, my birthday, like Memorial Day, like you name it. I worked out every single day. I never missed a day, right? But being a single mom, a lot of things are out of our control, right? My clients, at work, or things going on with my child. And you probably feel the same way at home. There's always chaos, right? Or at work, there's, your patient driving you crazy. It's kind of like the one thing that I could control, right? How often I worked out and how my body looked and things and such. So I think that's a lot of the time what I was striving for. It wasn't really like the physique aspect. It was just kind of like I was a control freak, right? And I'm sure a lot of hygienists can relate to that. But the thing is, it's not sustainable, right? I have a lot of people too. They're like, oh yeah, I used to work out like 4 to 5 days a week. And like, I kind of am not consistent anymore. Well, probably that was too much for you. I mean, who knows what happened? Like things in life happen. And sometimes people go on a hiatus, it is what it is. But I think, I was definitely that all or nothing mentality, right? Working out every single day. I wasn't eating enough. And I'll do another podcast on that because I see all the time, hygienists that are coming to me, they're working out too much and they're not eating enough. And they think that's the way that the game works, but it's not if you actually want to see results. But anyways, I digress. So when I stopped working out 6 to 7 days a week and I switched to 3 to 4 days, like I saw a hella results, right? I put so much more muscle on. I will show you my before and after. It's like night and day. And even my client Gigi last week, she's now been working with me for 3 months. And she was like, before I was working out 5 to 6 days. And she's like, now that I'm working with you 3 to 4 days strength training, like I actually see results. And I'm like, well, no shit, right? Like that does not surprise me at all. A, but B, I also have been correcting her form for 3 months because she wasn't executing things properly. But again, form is a whole nother topic for a whole nother podcast because I see things very poorly executed all day, every day. But anyways, that's not about this. So you might be thinking, well, bodybuilders work out every day, and I will give you my 2 cents on that and to why that is. But like, are you looking to be a bodybuilder? I have hygienists coming to me to get out of pain, build some muscle. No one's looking to be a bodybuilder typically. And if they are, then this podcast isn't for you. So anyways, this is how it works. So bodybuilders, they're building muscle, right? Hypertrophy, they're strength training, probably 6 days a week. The reason they're building muscle is because they do the bro split. So for example, they do chest on Mondays, typically, not everyone, but they do chest and they crush the chest, right? Their muscles are just cashed. Then they'll do quads, right? And they train the hell out of their quads for that, say, Tuesday, right? Then Wednesday, they do back and buys. Then Thursday, they do glutes and hamstrings, right? So by the time they're back working their chest, those muscles have had like 4 days to recover. And that's why they build muscle. So if you're not resting, you're not recovering. Your body's not able to repair to build muscle. So basically, when you're strength training, your muscles go through these little micro tears and they repair themselves and recover when you're resting, right? Sleep's a good example, but also on your rest days, right? If you're not resting, your body doesn't have adequate time to repair and rebuild that muscle tissue, aka to grow. So that is the first thing. But not only that is like if you are feeling super sore all the time, like if you're always pushing through soreness, or if you're like, oh my God, I'm so sore, like I gotta go work out, like that's an indicator right there. Like you're doing too much. And again, it could be from your work, right? This is, it's kind of a gray area. But if you are super sore and not able to recover, that's an indicator right there. The other thing with working out too much and not resting is like it leads to injury. Like that is hands down a risk factor for injury, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? And if we're already dealing with pain and imbalances, like injury is pretty much around the corner right away. So it's something we really need to avoid. So I just want to like kind of train you to shift your mind frame that like more is not always better. When it comes to strength training, less is more. And you might think, well, I need to lift heavier. No, you don't. You don't need to lift heavier. Maybe you could do a couple more repetitions or work that time under tension, slow things down and really force that muscle to have to work, especially against, the resistance band or the dumbbell and gravity. Like that's how you're going to see results. Like it's these little acute variables that you have to train. Maybe add another set or, slow down your rest time, not slow it down, but like shorten it. There's so many things you can do to build muscle. This is why my clients are getting results, right? Because we're not working out 6 days a week. We're not doing all this cardio. We're not like training, just going through the motions, right? Like we are very slow and intentional with every single exercise, every single workout, right? That is how you build muscle, paying attention to properly executing things, right? With me keeping an eye on you. So anyways, I'm not here to like tell you you're doing everything wrong, but like at the bottom line is if you're looking to build muscle and you are working out 6 days a week, you're doing too damn much. And if you want to move 6 days a week, you very well can, right? You can totally train, like strength train 4 days a week, right? That'd be a perfect amount. And then maybe on your 5th day, do like a mobility flow. Maybe on your 6th day, you go for a walk, or I have a client who likes to swim, right? You could do cardio too, but I would not recommend HIIT because again, I have a whole podcast episode on that. It's way too much on our joints. So I do not suggest that, but like low impact, steady state cardio, whatever, elliptical, whatever it is you want to do. I'm not here to tell you what to do, but at the end of the day is you can move your body 6 days a week. But if you really truly want to build muscle, you do not need to train 6 days a week. So that is more than my 2 cents for today. But if you have questions, again, my DMs are always open. So hit me up on Instagram, or you can go ahead and join my Facebook group for all the fit hygienists that want to train efficiently and less and reduce the risk of injury to prolong their career. So it's called Fitness Tips for Dental Hygienists on Facebook. And that is all I have for you today. Have a wonderful week. Talk soon.
Thank you so much for listening in today. I hope you got a takeaway from this episode. And if you did, would you be so kind to share it with another dental pro you think would benefit from it? I know you love learning, and chances are that they do too. Also, I would love to connect with you on Instagram, so go ahead and head over to the Lift for Longevity podcast page or follow me at Built by Brianne. If you shoot me a message saying hello, I will personally respond because I love chatting with dental pros. Before you go, though, I want to let you know that I appreciate you and what you do, and I hope to chat soon. Until next time, stay strong.